So you'll probably notice that we aren't in the van right now. 2021 has continued to throw us curveballs. It's been a lot of fun, but our plans have continued to change. If you follow us on Instagram, you probably already know what we're doing right now. And if you don't, you need to follow us on Instagram or wait for the next few weeks for us to show you what we're doing. That being said, this video requires a bit of an explanation before we jump in.
If you watched our last van fail video, we did mention that we had different plans for the van. Those plans entailed heading down south of the border way back in August. Needless to say, that didn't happen. And then the border opening was delayed and delayed and delayed all the way into November, which just didn't work with our plans.
So, that being said, it's time to winterize the van before we can get onto this new adventure.
The first thing that we're doing is we're pouring antifreeze into this little funnel, into the little hose, and then into our water tank so that we can run it through all of our pipes, just so that it's a little bit more safe, extra insurance, so that nothing freezes during the winter.
So this jug is about 9.5 liters. We're gonna do 2 of them just to make sure that we have enough to get the pump going and run it through all the pipes and still have a little bit left over in the water tank for the winter.
Ta-da! It's a good amount of pink stuff. Another thing that we did to winterproof the van is we got it rust coated. So they went inside all of the panels, put this gooey, waxy stuff in it so that it at least slows down rust that we might already have or prevents any from coming in the future. And it was like $200, so hopefully it works.
The other thing we need to do before we can actually run water through the lines is put a fuse back in the fuse box. We took the fuse out because we emptied the water tank and we didn't want the pump just to continuously be running. So we'll do that. Then we'll start to figure out how we're going to run the water through the pipes without getting water everywhere because our shower curtain is, just okay.
That's my fault.
So I think when I put this in, you just hold this here, don't pull it too hard. When I put this in, the pump should turn back on.
Aha, rushing water.
That should be good. Now the challenging part is the shower.
We might have a disaster on our hands because I made this shower curtain just wide enough. And it tends to spill water everywhere. So if you're doing a shower curtain, make sure it's wider than the opening and not just barely to the edges. My bad.
But I think I can just turn this on and just pump it through here. It won't go through here. Well, I need to a little bit. We need to get antifreeze in there so it doesn't burst over the winter. Let's take this out. You cleaned this?
Yep.
Perfect.
Do you want me just to have the towel ready maybe?
Let's try.
Why don't I at least just get the towel?
Yeah, so let's put a towel down. I just don't want to get covered in antifreeze. Now my shoes are wet. Sons of thunder.
That shower head is amazing though.
Oh, I know.
I wish I got to take a shower in it.
Yeah. Okay, so there. Let's bring it down as much as we can. And then I still think this is gonna be a crap show.
Oh, whatever. Teamwork.
I think this will work. In theory, it should work.
I hope it's totally okay.
I hope it's totally fine.
Okay.
So you're just holding it like this.
Right.
But it just has to be above where the thingamajig is, okay? And hopefully this works in theory. 1, 2, 3.
Nice. Whoa. Let's take a second. That stinks.
The idea worked though.
That can't be good for you.
Not a chance.
That was terrible. Very effective.
Okay, hold your breath. I'm gonna be quick about it this time. You ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Okay, leave. Ugh. That stuff smells terrible. There's no way it's good for you to be breathing that in. On the plus side, the lines are all now safe for the winter. Well, that does it. And the next stop is to take out all the batteries and disconnect the solar panels.
I am really excited about our next adventure, but I am really sad. It's sad to see what we thought was gonna come of this for this season to not be a thing. So it is very sad.
Next step, and really the only other big thing we need to do, is make sure that the electrical system is okay for the winter. So we're gonna unhook the solar panels, and then we're gonna unhook the batteries, and we're gonna store the batteries in Victoria's parents' basement for the winter. I am ensuring that these things never touch anything else. Okay, that's step one. You can come around to this side. I'm gonna get you to hold this up for me. One down. So I should qualify. I'm really not sure if this is the right way to do it. I'm not an electrician, but I called someone who I think is pretty smart. Thank you, Paul, for your help. He said as long as I was careful, it shouldn't be an issue. So I'm gonna be really careful. But I did ask him if I should undo the negative side first, and he said that's probably a good idea. Okay, so far so good.
Red is dead.
So we were putting the electrical system in, like the actual 110 voltage for the whole thing. And I get a nice little shock, and then I couldn't feel my arm for the rest of the night. It turned out to be totally fine.
Don't do it again.
Yeah, let's not do that again. 1, 2. Batteries are disconnected. Main kill switch is off, which means no electricity can go either way. Part of me wants to test that theory. The other part of me is really scared to test that theory. So I think I'm just gonna take the batteries out for now. Great. We're good to take the batteries out, put them down in the basement, and store them for the winter. And then, for all intents and purposes, the van is winterized. Pretty easy. Let's go find a car.
Let's get that one.
Yeah?
No.
I like it.
We just test drove a couple Hyundai cars.
Hyundai? Hyundai?
Hyundai.
Hyundai. Really no idea what it's actually called.
We drove a brand spanking new Tucson, probably out of our price range, but it was nice. And then a Santa Fe that's just a couple years old that we really, really like. So that one's a top contender for sure. And then now we're going to Mazda. I really like Mazda.
So do I.
So we'll see.
We bought a car!
I feel like I'm gonna barf.
This is our biggest purchase ever.
This is crazy. Wow. Biggest purchase at one time. The van's worth more than this
Oh, that's
vehicle.
true.
But still, holy moly, look at it.
Okay, let's go home. I'm hungry.
Safety first, kids.
Hey, that's my line. Now that we've winterized the van and purchased a car, we're all set to get on our next adventure. Stay tuned for our video next week when we begin our 5,000 kilometer drive across the country to where we'll be staying for the winter.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We love having you be a part of the journey. So thanks for watching.
Bye.
Love you.
Me too.
Okay, I'm gonna close the door for the laundry though.
Oh yeah, good call.
Oh, that sucked.